Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Surf Cal. We're going right back in on Final Fantasy IV Randomizer. Sealed Cave is a long, obnoxious check, but it's what we've got available to us right now. At this point, I'm hoping for Adamant, Darkness, or Hook. Adamant would just let us head for endgame. We'd just have to grind and then be done. Darkness gives us the whole moon as options, which makes the likelihood of a longer run higher, but also gives us a lot of options and gives us XP on the moon, which is much higher rates. And a character check, so we can get rid of Edward. No, we're good. If this is something that can kill us at this point, we may just skip it and come back. We've still got Baron in to get that Rydia. And if the item's not worth it, we know what the item is first. So, okay, it's a pink tail. If this boss is hard, we're just resetting. Pink tail is not a... I guess it is counts as a key item. Vanilla evil wall. Okay, we should be fine. Assuming we get to go soon. Silk web. I need to stop forgetting I have nuke. I forgot it on my last fight, and it probably made the fight take much longer than it should have. Silkweb casts slow twice on a boss. We're okay with having Edward be at low health. Cecil should jump in front of him at this point. And Fusuya with nuke makes this a lot more likely that it's actually going to be resolved in a relatively quick manner. As long as it gets resolved before he gets up close enough to start just instant killing people, we're good. I'm really not sure this long fight is technically worth it for the pink tail, but it is a key item. It counts as one of my or it gets us one closer to 10. It gets us 3 more spells for Fusuya, so we got the last of our spells there. Let's real quick do wall, white, tier 4, tier 3, black, warp, nuke. Fire 3, lit 3, ice 3, weak. The reason we put warp where we did is because we can't exit this cave, but we can warp repeatedly. So we want to put that close to the top of his spell list for this section to make it go faster. Pinktail does also have a very high percentage chance of getting us a sword for Cecil, which could actually be worth it at this point as well. Again, we still need the hook for it. At this point, the only things we have left are Tower and then Baron. Ugh. Tower is... Tower, if as we currently are, we'd have to double dip. We'd have to go in, do the top part of the tower, and then if we may potentially have to go back later to get the key, or once we get the key, rather, which makes it less than desirable. Like I said, at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident about just going here and doing Rydia. Let's see, that should be Mylon. This spot has almost no hit points, so we're just going to hit him. Yeah, Edward one-shot him. There we go. We'll see what the second one is. As long as it's not Wyvern, we're good. Pogo Pogo we can do. This spot does not have a ton of hit points, once again. We're probably going to run out of arrows soon. He's out of MP. Big Wave is still a percentage-based attack. So it's going to look like it does a lot, but it doesn't actually do a lot. It does half of everybody's maximum hit points. So with wherever they were at, Edward dies, everybody else is fine. Look. Shock. Rydia joined. We're going to swap Edward. We're going to take his equipment. Given where we're at and what options we have, I may go check. I'm going to go check the hook. The Rat Tail and Pink Tail first. Just to see if we get Darkness Crystal. Or Adamant. If we get one of those, I may still go check the hook character. Oop. Just for the sake of it. This gets us the hovercraft. Hook lets us transport it. Rat Tail and Pink Tail. Rat Tail gives us a key item. Pink Tail gives us a good item. It's basically classified as any piece of high. It's basically a high tier weapon or armor, which is fine. At this point, again, we're going to be there anyway. It's worth checking. We're intentionally not doing any leveling on Rydia before we do this. Because if we don't get what we want here... Okay. Dragoon Spear is... we don't have a character for it, but if we happened to get the character for it... Darkness Crystal. Okay. So we're going to check who the character on the moon is. since we're going to have to do Moon anyway. If it's a character we want, we'll go equip Rydia, or if it's a character we want, we'll leave Rydia as is. And basically just ditch her. If it's not a character we want, we'll go and intentionally get our however many levels on Rydia. Oh crap. I think Sirens were here? Sirens were in one of the early towns. We don't have Sirens currently. I'll grab those before we get to the Moon. Glad I thought of it now. We definitely need to do a little bit of a grind, regardless of who we find on the Moon. Rydia is serviceable at this point, so I'll probably just roll with her unless I get a better character on the Moon. It's really about where I'm at. Which better characters on the Moon would be, after we just got that Dragoon Spear, Kayn, Rosa, maybe another Cecil, like... There's not a lot of characters at this point that I would take over Rydia. Maybe Porum. No, probably not. I think at this point, Edge. I would take Edge. Edge, another Fusoya, Rydia. There's some decent options still floating out there. Trying to remember the order of all the things we did, and again, I'm terrible at remembering where things actually are. I could have sworn it was in Mysidia. Not super worried about it with this gear we've got, but whatever. I know it was somewhere where I couldn't afford them yet, so I didn't check the Oasis town. I did check this one really early, so it's possible. Let's do Wind Spears. So Sirens are a Japanese-only item that will summon a specific enemy when you use them. So whichever area you're in has designated enemies that will be summoned for you to fight. So we use that for grinding levels because it's very efficient. You know exactly what enemy you're getting, so you can get the best encounter for what you're trying to do. We're going to be doing an enemy on the Moon called Gold Dragons or G Dragons. Let's see who we've got. They're going to be worth, I believe the first fight we do should be worth 180,000 XP, which is going to be 300 and some thousand for our first character, or whoever we end up recruiting. Edge. Okay, so we're going to do Edge over Rydia. We're using Berserker strats. Nuke is more powerful than a physical character, but no. We're gonna go Full Moon. Ninja? I never sold it. And then Full Moon again. And he comes with most of the good gear he needs. We'll put a Strength Ring on him. And is he low enough level? Almost. So yeah, he starts with almost perfect gear. We're gonna pop over to Bahama Cave. That's where I like to do my grind. We're not gonna do the full grind right now because we do need to get a we're gonna be fighting bosses here because we need to find the adamant. So we're basically gonna do. Actually, let's check what the Bahamut boss is first. If it's something I think we can manage now, I'll just go kill it quick, and then we can grind on the way out. We're still really tight on items. I don't think we should need any more money. Let's check who it is quick. Yang. I'm trying to think how hard he's gonna hit here. Probably pretty hard, honestly. But we've got Cecil, so we don't actually have to kill him. The Paladin Cecil can knock Yang out of his kill you trance. Should have done an illusion instead of that. Oh, crap. I need to get through these. I'm dumb. Ouch. This actually works out really well, though. Edge being dead means we can go get a level for everybody else. Oh, Drain Spear's terrible. So we're going to revive everybody else except Edge to make sure that they're high enough level. That Edge gets his bonus, his 3 times experience bonus. Because we have one guy who's slightly too high level. Yeah, whatever. Weak puts them down to 10 hit points or less, single digits. So we are guaranteed. And again, life, using a life potion on an enemy, which I missed there, but whatever. Okay, everybody's high enough now. We're gonna do 1 cure 4, just in case. And I think this should be enough to actually start doing bosses. So yeah, using a life potion on something, on an enemy, will kill it, or will revive it, but since enemies don't actually have a certain defensive stat, they revive at 1 or at 0 hit points, so you effectively kill them twice, which gives us an extra 50% on our... So yeah, he actually just passed most of the people with his level up from that. That was our goal. This is the perfect end to a grind because we're going to not have enough MP to use weak again. Another 180,000. People are still getting levels. Plural. But we're actually in pretty decent shape right now. We have enough hit points that everybody can survive a Big Bang from Zeromus, pretty much. Technically, we're a little off, but by the time we actually go kill a few moon bosses, we'll be okay. Lunar Subterrane has 5 bosses with 6 key items. I'm going to do a cabin. I prefer doing the very top boss first. I'm going to real quick do a little swapperoo there. So yeah, we're going to do the top boss first, then we're going to go down to the bottom layer where the save point is, and just start doing all the bosses down there. There's a fairly large number of them. Plague. Get in fast enough? Probably not. So we're going to have one of these SIDS use Kamikaze, which will instantly kill him. We're having the other Sid use a life potion. Plague will see that there is a character without count on him as an effect, and will cast it again, which bumps everybody back up to 10. Repeat. One Sid misses the XP. That's fine. Spoon. Probably not worth it, but we've got an edge, so we might be able to at least use it as a thrown weapon. It automatically does straight 9s as a thrown weapon. We're not worrying about resurrection or anything like that right now because we are going to use a cabin when we get down to the bottom. I believe the spot we're skipping here is the Wyvern spot. It has its own save point. It's kind of out of the way. I like going and doing the big group first, and then hitting Wyvern on the way out. Just personal preference. Technically, it's more efficient to go straight to the bottom and start doing fights instead of doing, Bahamut Cave that I already did. But that's where I prefer to do my grind, because I can never remember which floor the I used the wrong name earlier. They're not gold dragons. It's the King Ryus. I can never remember which floor they're on in the subterrane, and I know right where they are in the Cave Bahamut, so I just like to do those both at once. Also, just worth mentioning, Edge does a lot of damage. You can see there, he actually is doing significantly more damage than anyone else in our party right now. Part of that is the fact that he's higher level than everybody else, pretty much. And whatever. Technically, the other one is better than this one, because it's got 2, but it's fine. My gun. I'm hoping a full power Fusaya can kill the arms. He hits relatively hard, and the vampire from the arms is kind of annoying, but we've got lots of hit points. I'm not super worried. This spot does have a decent chunk of hit points, but I think we'll be okay. Thank you. Despite the fact that this is not what I was looking for, as in not the adamant, we just got way better with Cecil. Strength 15, Vitality 15, double the damage. Crystal should be fine. Apparently we're going back to what we had it, or how we had it equipped. Whatever. Crystal Sword Cecil is... Crystal Sword is the most powerful weapon in the game. Period. Significant, by a significant margin. The Excalibur is the only one that's actually even like in the same realm of damage. And that's going to make this go a lot faster. Oh. So Antlion counters when you attack. So we're just going to only use the best attacks. And we should be okay. He's not doing enough damage on his counters for it to really be worth blinking constantly. Like, it's a high damage spot, or a high hit point spot, but that's the magic of Crystal Sword Cecil. Tower Key is mildly terrifying to see there. Silence Rod. Actually, yeah. The white robe is better than the sorcerer, which is currently what Cecil's wearing. So let's go with that. Technically, it would be the stats are better for Fusoya. Stat boost, will 15. But I think we'll be fine. Okay, we'll go check this last spot here. Then we'll start going back out. The tower key was there, which means we may have to go back and do the tower. Yeah, we just want to... This is not good. This is not good. I think we're just dead. I don't think we can do this one fast enough for it to be feasible. Odin's a race, so you basically just have to kill him before he kills you. I think I can do it. Let's turn the battle speed down a little bit. I'm gonna give Crystal Cecil the Bacchus wine right away. And I'm gonna have Edge do the spoon right away. Excuse me. Okay, where's the spoon? This is annoying me. Okay. Dart spoon. Bacchus. Nuke. Silkweb. The reason... So, Odin is super weak to lightning. The reason I'm going with Nuke instead of Lit 3 is the casting time on Nuke is significantly less. There we go. Another Dragoon Spear. I can't remember if you can throw those. So we've got a whole one boss that I'm actually worried about at this point, I think. We've seen Kanazo, we've seen Plague. Wyvern is still out there. Not sure where I just teleported to. Okay. That was not actually worth using. So yeah, if Dragoon Spears are throwable, then that was an okay pickup. Otherwise, it was completely worthless. I'm pretty sure it was completely worthless. I don't think we even saw Kane, but we didn't check the Sand Ruby spot. Uh... We just survived a Mega Nuke from Wyvern? Yeah, Wyvern's not that... I mean, he's still powerful, but he's not that scary once you get past that starting Mega Flare. Bahamut. We're back to getting summons for Rydia that we already got rid of. That's the moon. Unfortunately, we still have more spots to check on Earth, so we're gonna have to go back. Good news is we did get the pass, so once we get to the adamant, we can call it good. We don't ever have to go back to the moon. What do we actually have? Yeah, tower. Tower key is next. Hopefully it's not a wild goose chase. Just kind of clearing out my inventory of the stuff we're not using. Never have too many life potions. Apparently forgot to sell Sylph. I just really hope. Usually, Naming Way shop has Bacchus wines. I was hoping we could save ourselves a trip back to. I think that was the town in Dwarf Village. What is that? Kokol? So yeah, with the luck we're having right now, we're going to go up the tower, find a drain sword or a ninja shirt, and a Baron key, and then have to do Baron Castle. I think they're down here. I just want to grab like 30 Bacchus wines. I have the money at this point, so... Nope. Where were they? Must be Dwarf Castle? Or... I'm misremembering something. They could be an Agard, I guess. I know I didn't have a ton of money, because I only bought 10. No. Oh well. I have enough. We'll make it work. I'm not going back up to the surface and back down. Unless I have to, for some reason. There's not a lot of reason that would make me come back down to underground after this, though. I hate this tower. It's one of the things, or one of the areas I don't do very often, so I am frequently getting lost. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, let's just do this. No, we have to go back down anyway. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, this is only openable with Tower Key. Otherwise, you miss this section. Golbez. And I forgot to turn the battle speed back up. And it's a long scripted fight, and I didn't save. Get his Shadow Dragon. The Shadow Dragon kills everybody but 2. Okay. I can deal with that. It's not what I would have liked, but I can deal with that. This spot has really low hit points. If I can get a attack off before he goes, we should be good. Yeah. And we don't actually know what the spot or what the item is yet. We'll get that on the way out. Now we can climb the rest of the tower, though. There should be a save room before the next boss. So we can cabin out. I probably didn't need to buy 20 more cabins. If I need to buy 20 more cabins when there's hopefully no more than 3 more saves. Like, regardless of what we find here, there's like not that many spots left that it could be. And there's only a few times I'm actually going to bother saving. Because the Baron Castle bosses are so low level at this point that there's not really much point. Oh crap, it could be Mist Dragon floating out somewhere. I'm gonna see if Edge one-shots this guy. We'll go ahead and life glitch, even though it's probably not necessarily needed. Oh. Tough guy. Screw up my life glitch. Probably should have just cast Quake. Said screw life glitch at this point. It's not that much not that many experience points anyway. I was just hoping to make like save 1 or 2 fights during a grind. Not worth it. Crystal ring. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we can even warp at this point. Yeah. You have to walk all the way back down to get the cutscene. As you leave, which will be another item. Oh my gosh. If it's Mist Dragon that has this, we're in trouble. Because I think that's... I'm trying to remember where that fight actually is. Is that the Rubicon spot? So it'd be within the Hook cave? Yeah. That sounds awful. So Mist Dragon has one item. If you beat Mist Dragon, you can go back to where Rydia's mom is in Mist Village, and she will give you an item. Baron Key. I was joking, game. I was joking. I already checked this again, right? Yeah, I did. The only thing I can think of is summoned monsters, and there's no way I'm wandering all the way back there for some Bacchus wines. So yeah, Baron Castle has one boss that is even potentially challenging, but we've basically beaten all the hard bosses at this point. Like, Volvalis would be a little annoying if we had a magic party, but we don't. I'm not sure why yeah, there's no point in even going in there to save. Like, genuinely, these fights should be 2 hits at most. Except Odin, that might take a little longer. There's a few that could be annoying, but I can't think of any at this point that would be a problem. Hey, wait, you're Octomom. Hmm. So Cecil's the only one who can equip the Crystal Gauntlet, so that's a little bit of a hesitation on my part there. But giving him the Crystal Ring basically just makes him invincible. Like I said, annoying but not dangerous. This is seriously gonna be in every boss, or kill every boss run. Thought I was done with those. My endgame timer's over 2 hours. Which I also had a couple deaths and a reset. Bahamut. Bahamut's a race, so this should be fine. Pause and run makes it buffer slightly faster. Hey, it's another Rydia. That's a neat palette for Rydia. The red. Okay, so that blows up. We go off the side. What else do we have left? I mean, it's gotta be Mist Dragon then, which is, I think, unless I'm forgetting something stupid, and I'm trying to remember where that is. So we saw Mist Dragon. I think it's the Rubicon spot. It's either that or it's in Tower of Babel, or Giant of Babylon. I really hope it's not. We at least saw Mist Dragon, which means it's not in one of the really out of the way spots. I grabbed Ether 2s because Fusoya has very low MP. So if we end up with a slightly drawn out fight, I want to be able to make sure that I can toss him a Ether to continue healing the party. Yep. Second Cecil. Man. Wish we hadn't already done our leveling. Although at the time I probably would have ended up with... Well, no, I probably eventually would have still swapped. Oh. Like, I'm trying to decide if he's actually better than one of the Sids, even though he's that low level. And I'm honestly thinking he might be. But no. If we had an Excalibur, absolutely. The fact that it's a defense sword means he's only okay. even if he did catch up on levels, which is largely HP at this point. His damage output would actually be better than Sid, but he's a lot squishier. The big thing is he can equip the crystal gauntlet that I have sitting there, but it doesn't actually matter that much, so I think we'll be okay. Oops. So Mist Dragon is really obnoxious. This is going to be interesting. Because that's one of the very high hit point spots, which means we're going to have to do a lot of cycles of it turning to mist and back. Which reminds me... Dark Elf. Oh, good. I wasn't sure how hard this spot hit. And it looks like it doesn't. So we're good. So Mist Dragon is... Oh, crap. Mist Dragon is strong against Holy, which the Crystal Sword is. That's why Cecil's doing less damage than he normally would. There we go. Yeah, I want to say this spot has like 30-some thousand hit points. It's a really high hit point spot as far as overworld locations go. I'm trying to figure out which would be faster. Yeah, I think a Pitfall. I think just finishing out the tower quick, exiting out the bottom will be faster. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure. Although I forgot about the little cutscene we get here. But whatever. Should be fine. Pretty sure it's faster. want to make sure we go in this side because we have the package. So if this isn't it, I'm actually missing something and I don't know what. Okay. Life staff. Okay. Actually, can Sid wear sorcerer robe? No. Worth checking. Yeah, the good news is defense doesn't matter that much in the Zeromus fight. Big Bang is all of his attacks are non-physical. They're all based on magic defense. So that whole like, actually I should double check that too. These the helmet, the glass helm, has 30 physical defense and 0 magic defense, which is why it's basically worthless because it's nothing against Zeromus. No, we're good. I hate that so much. So this is pretty much going to be the most straightforward thing you can think of. Pass, Crystal, Soapweb, Bacchus, Life, Elixir, Ether. Okay, let's do this. This ended up being much longer than I was intending. I was hoping for another shorter one, an hour. I've been getting down closer to an hour and a half on some of these. I've been hitting under 2 hours fairly regularly, and this was probably the longest one I've done in a while. I don't feel like I did bad necessarily. There were a couple things that I could have probably done better, like the multiple trips up ordeals at the beginning, but eh. So this fight is going to be extremely simple. Oh, we can't suplex it. Now I'm just sad. So we're gonna Silkweb, What? He's gonna counter with nuke. That is a stupid number. You know what? I'm just not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna wait on Fusoya. He should be casting Big Bang soon. We'll do the Cure 4 to everybody. If Sid survives, he does. If he doesn't, then I'm losing 1,000 damage around, and Cecil's gonna just end this in a few rounds anyway. Like, Cecil's doing 8,000 damage or hit 7,000, 6,000, whatever. He's doing 6 times the damage most of the other characters are doing. And I have more than enough hit points. Oh, they're getting some okay hits. That's the accuracy rating of the axe. Sometimes it only does partial damage. And it has a very good chance of doing partial damage. So I'm guessing it's probably technically 3 or 4 swings. And they're only hitting 1 or 2 of them. Get that Cure 4 going right away after he does anything, just in case he follows it up with another Big Bang. There we go. Didn't even get a second Big Bang off. Crystal Sword Cecil is absolutely ridiculous in so many ways. We ended up super overleveled for this. And like, even though the rest of our party is mediocre, I mean, Edge is good. Sid is a great early game character and not a great late game character, so having 2 of them is okay. But he is a sack of hit points. And Fusoya is kind of the opposite. He's not great at the very beginning. He's good at the beginning still, depending on what spells he gets. But, you know, we had an okay party, basically, is where I was going with that. Like, I would have rather had a Rosa than a Fusoya and a Kane or that second Cecil instead of one of the Sids. But, whatever. It's fine. More than enough. And again, generally speaking, Cecil with either the Excalibur or the Crystal Sword, you don't need anyone else. You need a white mage to occasionally you need one other person to occasionally either throw a cure potion at them or cast a cure spell. That's it. Okay. Let's see what our final time was. I'm guessing like 2:15, 2:30, which I'm not happy with at all. But it's fine. If it's actually lower than that. Okay. 2:15, 2:30. It was 2:23. Right in the middle. So, I'm still really enjoying these. Sometimes you get a really long seed. That's fine. Still think I handled this better than I have some of the other ones I've done. I don't think I did it perfectly. There's a lot of little mistakes I made. Going straight toward deals at the beginning was not a good idea. There were a couple other little things that if I had happened to do them differently, might have been better. But I didn't know at the time. I feel like with the information I had, I handled things pretty well. So, yeah. Hopefully you're still enjoying these. I really need to start going back and doing some other things here. But I'm kind of hooked, and and people seem to be watching them, so I'll take it. Um, yeah. If you are enjoying it, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time, and maybe it'll be something besides a randomizer. I doubt it.